Welcome back, everyone. We're doing a movie review today. Bart and Jennifer Mills are with us. Always love when they're here. Okay, you guys are doing your three favorite movies of 2021. As you said, Bart, more of a layman's, more of a Jennifer Beals from Flashdance, normal person, kind of everything.
Exactly.
Right?
We knew Len was going to do his. He's a fancy lad, so we assumed that we should probably counter that with some of the stuff that normal humans would enjoy. Lamb or mom or whatever it is he's doing this year.
No Icelandic lamb babies. Okay, let's start with number 3. Jennifer, tell us what you had.
So I based mine on movies that I knew I would want to watch immediately after I finished watching it the first time. That's how I picked my list. So my number 3 is the long-awaited No Time to Die last Bond flick with Daniel Craig.
Oh, yeah. Excellent choice. What was it about? Now, there was a lot of pressure on this one. What was it about this that really stood out for you?
Well, we waited for it forever for it to finally be released, and I thought it lived up to all the hype. It was fantastic. Now, of course, this is Daniel Craig's last one as Bond. His wife has, basically said flat out he's not doing any more Bond movies because he's had too many injuries. So she's pulled the plug on him being Bond. But I'm more than happy with him, taking up the reins as his investigator Blanc in Knives Out. So, because I loved him in that role. So I'm ready for him to pick up the reins on that one again.
Yeah, it was a good swan song. Again, next to Sean Connery, my favorite James Bond. Okay, Bart, your third favorite was a blockbuster, right?
Yeah, I went with actually, this is the one crossover with Lenny, and that's Spider-Man. The new one, Way Home. I mean, John Watts directed this. It is another one of those movies that I think it was a rare chance for us to get back into a theater. It was theater worthy. It was probably IMAX worthy if we'd have been not so lazy and made it somewhere with one. But it's just, I'm not really a funny pages kind of guy. I stopped reading them when they dropped Prince Valiant, but I do enjoy most of the Marvel movies. But in this case, it's a rare opportunity to see a Marvel movie with some really heart. It's good writing, it's funny, it's great action, and
hello, Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Oh, who does not love Tom Holland?
He's a great Spider. He really was. I liked all three that played him. Okay, let's jump. We've got to move along to number 2. Speaking of superheroes, I guess you kind of went with the anti-hero for number 2, Jennifer.
I did. My number 2 is Suicide Squad. As soon as I watched this movie, I was ready to go again. I mean, it was so much fun. James Gunn directed this. James Gunn is known for Guardians of the Galaxy. He's just a fantastic director. The soundtrack was just killer. It was just so much fun. And I literally just rewatched this yesterday. So It's just a movie with Margot Robbie and Idris Elba.
Oh, yeah. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. That was the role she was meant to do. Okay, number 2 for you. Bart, you went with us, Werewolves Within.
Yeah, this is one of those little-known movies that I think this is the rare good result of COVID is the fact that we spend so much time looking for content to watch that we run into some things that we wouldn't see otherwise. This one is directed by Josh Rubin. Most people hadn't heard of him too much. He's done some TV stuff and other things. He did a great little two-hander last year called Scare Me, which was a little in-house horror movie. This is horror comedy, which is a genre I really like. It's just basically a lot of actors you've seen before but probably don't know, stuck in a community that is snowed in, and there's a murder, and they're trying to figure it out. And it's the tagline says it all. It's a murder mystery with teeth, and so a little bit of everything. And probably not a spoiler given the title. There are werewolves.
There are going to be some werewolves. Jennifer, it almost brought a tear to my eye that number 1, you both agreed on the same movie, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that's Cop Shop. And I'll tell you what. I looked up all these lists of, underrated movies for 2021, top movies. It didn't turn up on any list. And I just don't know how everyone in the world did not hear about this movie because it's incredible. I mean, as soon as we saw the trailer when it first came out, we're like, oh, we're there. The minute we can. And I think this was the first movie we may have seen when the theaters reopened. It was the theaters, and we went.
Pretty close to it, actually. We took Glenn with us, and so the fact that he didn't add this to his list just illustrates what a fancy lad he is.
Right.
It's this genre that we love, which is kind of scuzz drama. It's Gerard Butler, who is the king of scuzz drama. He plays the same guy he plays in the last 5 or 6 movies he's done. It's a director. His name is Joe Carnahan. He's done a ton of stuff, including he did The Last Bad Boys for Life. He wrote that. He did Smoking Aces. He's written a bunch of Blacklist episodes. And then the best part of it is Toby Huss. Toby Huss is one of those character actors we've seen 1,000 times. He's a voice in King of the Hill.
Oh my God, he's so funny.
He's the Wiz in the Seinfeld episode years ago, and he's brilliant. He's just we just
so
need
funny.
More of him in everything. And so
he's like a psychotic assassin, and he's so funny.
It's smart. It's fast. It's well written. It's you'll forget about it the minute you leave the theater. It's not art. It's just entertainment. It's really a great movie, and one that not enough people saw. I think it was just badly released last year. Hopefully it's Netflix or wherever it's going to end up, it'll get another round of life.
Yeah, these all were good. I tell you, I saw a couple of these, and they're all, like you say, they're the everyday man and woman's movie. Loved it. Thank you guys so much for being with us. Appreciate it.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. Thanks for the time.
You bet. Nice chatting with you. We'll be back right after this.